YouTube. So let's talk about what your emotion on semen retention, man. What happens to the emotions of a man who is on semen retention? Emotions has been defined not by me but by people as energy in motion. They are meant to guide you to things that you are supposed to move towards to or stay away from. Your emotions direct your life basically. Your emotional state as a person directs what the outcome of your life in general. The reason why most successful people are successful is not because what they are much more smarter than you necessarily. It is simply for the fact that what they were able to endure much more pressure from life, and that is why what they were able to get to where they are today. Life is all about what can you endure, and what we all know that what everything that we perceive and everything that we sense is all dependent on our what nervous system, man. And for that reason, I am bringing you back to the topic of what healing the nervous system, man. Once you get on this journey called semen retention, man, a lot of things starts to take place in you, but majorly there is one process that I'm definitely sure of that takes place in you, and that is what the re-regulation of your nervous system, man. You've been on this constant drainage of self. You've been on this constant what releasing your essence, what makes what was supposed to go back into your body and make you the top version of yourself, man, the highest quality of yourself. You were constantly releasing it due to ignorance, or simply for the fact that what you did not have the strong will to go against your what urges. Now you are doing the opposite as a man. You are retaining your life force, you are retaining your essence. What do you think starts to happen, man? You start to what regulate your nervous system. You start to tune into a better frequency, man. Your nervous system is made up of nerves, it's made up of fibers, it's made up of a lot of things that I cannot start to describe now. But if there's one thing I am definitely sure of, is the fact that what it requires nutrients for it to function in its optimal state, man. And where does majority of the body's nutrients come from as a man? It is through food, man. And what is the last process of a food in the body of a man? It is what the production of what semen. Now your semen contains a lot of what nutrient, a lot of chemical properties that what are supposed to be in your body and not supposed to be released, man. For your body to function at its optimal state as a person, your nutrients are supposed to what remain in your body. And that is why you find out that what whenever it is that you release, you are much more what confused. There's a lack of concentration that comes with releasing. There's this agitation in you, there's this not feeling centered, there's this not being at peace, there's this lack of protection over you that you start to feel whenever you release your semen. And that is simply what your nervous system what's indicating that what something is wrong somewhere, man. Your nervous system as a man, as a person, was meant to protect you, man. It was there, it was created. The purpose of your nervous system is to protect you. Naturally, what your nervous system what signals to you when there is a threat, be it from within or from outside, man. And that is why what you start to what feel uncomfortable, and that is what your emotions, man. So the more you release, the more your nervous system is going to put in the work towards signal stress to you, man. And in stress and in putting in the work, your nervous system becomes stressed, man. And for that reason, you find yourself being much more anxious in situations that what should not be making you anxious, man. A beautiful lady is walking by, you start getting agitated, you start getting nervous within, man. There's just this feeling of what not being enough. Again, your nervous system is responding to a stimuli. And why is it responding to a stimuli in that sense? It is simply for the fact that what it does not feel what complete. There's something wrong with your nervous system, and that is why it simply what signals to you that what I do not necessarily feel comfortable with the stimuli that I am getting right now. And that stimuli could be a beautiful woman, it could just be a dog passing by, it could be what people laughing at you, it could be things going wrong in your life, man. Do you understand me? And for the reason that you've kept on releasing, man, you find yourself what dealing with these situations much more difficult, man. The way you deal with the situations might even complicate the situation, and that is simply because what? There is no control of emotion. Your nervous system is doing its own thing. You, as the conscious person, the person who is responsible for taking care of your nervous system, is feeling another whole thing, man. And that is what the incongruence in the person and his emotions. And what do you think naturally happens, man? The world is going to sense that, and they're going to naturally respond to that frequency that you're putting out, man. We are animals, first of all. Before we are man, before we are women, before we are kids, before we are anything, we are all animals, man. And there are a lot of things that are going on in our body that we cannot necessarily control or necessarily put a name to. A lot of processes are going on in your body that makes you, man. And for that reason, bro, you have to be in your optimal state for you to what? Experience life at its best, man. You cannot be experiencing life at its best when you are so focused on what? The next danger that is coming to you, be it in the form of people laughing at you, people insulting you, jobs rejecting you, not having enough money to pay your rent, whatever it is, man. You are so much focused on that, man. That is simply because what? Your nervous system is not regulated. Now, when you start retaining, something else starts to happen, something else starts to take place, man. And that is the fact that what? You are becoming much more centered. You are becoming a man with presence. And how does one cultivate presence? It is what? By finding the inner stillness within, man. And how do you find the inner stillness within? It is by doing things that are meant to regulate your nervous system. Being on semen retention, taking cold showers, going out for walks, trying to form proper meaningful relationships, all these things are going to help you what? Regulate your nervous system, man. Fasting is going to help you regulate your nervous system, man. And once you start doing all these things, you find out that what? There is a change happening, man. You are no longer so susceptible to the previous fight and flight mode that you were always what? Being subjected to, man, as a result of what? You not having a controlled and a regulated nervous system. Do you understand me? Now you are storing those nutrients that were supposed to go back into your body, that were supposed to be absorbed by your nerve fibers, for them to what? Function in their optimal state, for them to wire and fire wire and fire properly. Those nutrients are now being kept in your body and being reabsorbed by the nerves, man. And for that reason, your nervous system is no longer what? Putting in so much work to what? To re-regulate your body after you have released, man. Do you understand me? The reason why you feel weak after release is simply for the fact that what? You have what? Given what? A lot of energy that your brain and your testes are supposed to use, and your body in general is supposed to use what? To keep on what? Staying in that what? Homeostasis, to be in a leveled, balanced state. You have given away some of that energy, and now what? Your body is going to what? Put in times 2 of the work. It's going to go into the reserve energy. Do you understand me? For you to what? Bring your body back to a normal state. And that is why what? You find yourself what? Feeling much more weaker, feeling much more demotivated, and feeling much more what? Lazier after a release, man. You just want to lay in bed, you just want to be there, you just want to scroll through social media, you want to do other things that are going to distract you from what? The guilt and shame that you are feeling in that moment. And that is simply for the fact that what? Your nervous system is taking up much more energy from your reserve, and is what? Putting in much more work on the body for it to what? Be stable. Do you understand me? And that is why you find out that what? Now when you start doing the opposite, which is retaining, you are going to find out that what? You are becoming much more what? Confident and calm about life. You are no longer stressed, you are no longer looking for what? Danger. And that is simply for the fact that what? You have now become regulated, and you now understand and trust within you fully that what? Whatever it is that comes up in your life, whatever it is that comes up in the present moment, you are going to be able to handle it carefully, wonderfully, and superbly, man. I don't know whatever words to use, man, but whatever it is that what feels like you having the situation under control, that is how you are going to appear in whatever situation you find yourself, man. And that is simply for the fact that what? Your nervous system is already regulated and is no longer looking for what? External danger. Is no longer looking for like things that are going to make it unregulated anymore. Do you understand? Because it understands the fact subconsciously that what? Whatever it is that is meant to break me, I can withstand it, man. because what? I have withstood a lot of pressure from within me. I have stood the pressure of what? Giving into my urges. I have stood the pressure of what's going to the site. I have stood the pressure of what? Eating so much. I've stood the pressure of what? Not fasting. I've stood the pressure of a lot of things, man. Do you understand me? I've stood the pressure of fasting, sorry. Do you understand me? And for that reason, I am fortified now. Do you understand me? So guys, your emotions are generally dependent on what? Number one, the things you do in life, man. Are you doing things that are putting you much more in a flight or fright mode, such as doing like hard drugs, cocaine and all those things, drinking regularly, engaging with toxic people regularly? Or are you doing things that are what? Regulating your nervous system, such as what? Going for long walks, taking cold showers, and what? Just meditating, fasting. All those positive things, man, are what is what going to help you what? Have a life of balance. Trust me, man, without a regulated nervous system, you are basically what? Fucked. So get on semen retention, man, and if you're already on this journey, man, keep on retaining, and trust me, man, you are bound to become wonderful and superb in the near future, man, because what? This life, things are going to be thrown to you, and what? It is just going to be bouncing off you, man, like what? Nothing. And that is where I want you to get to as a man, and that is where I also want to get to myself as a man. Do you understand me? So guys, keep on retaining, man, keep on being on this journey. I love you, and if you're new to my channel, man, you know what to do already. Hit that subscribe button, man. See you guys in my other videos. Ciao.